Bang! Neevesknives. I'm Jared, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Luckily, we are not late. I know it says it's not going to start for another 10 minutes because I had to set it for later because something popped up, and I thought I wasn't going to be able to handle it in time, but it is handled. So we are here. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, all is well with everyone. We do have a couple topics to talk about. We'll probably just shoot the shit for the most part. But I do want to talk about, since I did put it in the thumbnail, see if I can pull it up with you guys, the Invictus in micarta in Magna Cut that just dropped on Blade HQ. So this one is a Magna Cut version. It's a titanium frame lock, but it has a micarta show side. It kind of, I mean, I haven't held it or anything, but it kind of reminds me of the micarta that KIZER uses. I can't think of the exact models, but they've used it on a bunch of different models. I love it. It's toilet overflow. It's like kind of fuzzy at first, obviously, like through time, it breaks in and it becomes I don't know, I wouldn't say denser, but less furry. But I really like that type of micarta, the micarta that kind of patinas and ages. And if you want to, you can always just keep it clean by cleaning it weekly or whatever. Neeves alive, baby. Yes, sir. You guys are hilarious. So what is everybody carrying? Let's start off with that really quick. And we'll also keep talking about this knife. This is badass, and I'm thinking about getting one, or even just maybe reaching out to the company and seeing if they maybe want to send one my way. Because I have the original one, the one in the Terravantium. I really would love one in Magna Cut. But I also, even more so, want one with the thinner geometry. This one is 50 thousandths thinner at the spine. 50 thousandths. That's a huge difference in cutting performance. It's like the difference between like a Civivi. Civivis are usually like 120 thousandths. But anyways, yeah, it'd be real badass. So I'm not sure how many they have there or anything like that. You guys can find them linked down in the description, Blade HQ. Just go to the new arrivals. You'll see it. It's right there. Very easy to find. And speaking of the new arrivals, check this out. Awesome. So this is their new arrivals. Let's just go through it really quick. You guys can see that. Yeah. All right. So you see they got the Yo Jumbo and M4 steel. That's dope. And then the MKM camp knife. I didn't know that. Do they normally do multi-tools? I've never known MKM to do multi-tools. Maybe it's the first one. I don't know. It's in Magna Cut. That's pretty dope. I think it's made in Italy with Magna Cut. That's not bad. That's not a bad price. $140. Huh. Of course, their Magna Cut's going to be dog shit soft, but what do you expect? I mean, it's $140. And with these knives like this, come on, not that big of a deal. And they're really thin geometry. Now, with the Reich knives, I have this knife right here, and it is really cool. This is a cool knife. Good geometry, good ergo, snappy action. My one negative, besides the obvious sharpening tool and plunge grind that I always bitch about, is the fuller right here is a little slippery. Just a little bit. So you can still use it, but it's a little slippery. Looking good, Neeves. The Invictus carry is a hog tooth. The hog tooth. What the fuck is the hog tooth? And then a Cold Steel Recon 1 and an Uncle Henry canoe in a slip. Very cool. Sounds like you're packing pretty heavy. We actually have some. I want to talk about some of these FOBOS knives here in a minute. I did bring them out because I want to talk about them. I'm actually, man, I am so impressed with that company. There's so many fixed blade companies out there, and I like a lot of them. I love a lot of companies, but I love it when I can find a great quality USA made fixed blade, because these things are impeccable. Like they're obviously production, right? They're not handmade or custom, they're production. But you know, for the price, and you know, which I'm not saying they're super cheap or anything, but you know, for the quality, the price is right, in my opinion. They are really, really good quality. And like I said in my video, all the way down to the edge geometry. All right, let's see what else we got. And then you can see these other Reichs. This guy right here, I know it looks wicked cool, guys. It sucks, man. It sucks. I hate to say it like that, because okay, it doesn't suck. If you bought it, you know, it's cool. But what sucks about it to me personally is you can't use it. This is so unbelievably thick right here. This is a hollow grind right here, right? It's a hollow, but it gets like right once you get past the hollow, it gets rapidly thick, like so thick it doesn't make sense. So because this area is so thick and then all this area is so thick, it's I don't even know what you could use it for besides puncturing. It's kind of like, you know, that knife I recently did, Task Knives, the fixed blade I did. They reached out to me after they seen my video, you know, and I, not that they were salty or anything. They appreciated the video, and they were cool, but they wanted to make sure that I understood, because you know I made the video, and you know some of you guys felt like I kind of not that you guys said I dragged it, but I could tell from your comments, because you guys are fucking hilarious in the comments, that that you know, like one guy said something like, and I'm gonna butcher what he said, but something to the extent that Jared's trying so hard to not make something sound crappy, and in the process, he's fucking shitting all over it, or something like that. Something like that. Anyways, but he explained to me though that that knife is exactly what I said it would be before. Like I said, I can't figure out anything it'd be good for except for prying. And he's like, that's exactly what it's for. It's literally a pry cut tool. It's a tool that you can maybe cut some stuff with, but that you could use like on a job site. And it's literally what I said. You know, I said like the only thing I could see this thing working as is like a pry tool on a job site. And he said that's exactly what it's for. So in that, you know, regard, it works good. You know, that's what it's for. But it's not an EDC knife or anything like that. And that's kind of what I thought it was going for, was an EDC knife. So you can see why I, you know, and it's not that I dragged it. It's just I spoke very honestly about it, just saying, you know, the thing's geometry is so thick, it's not a knife, you know, because with a knife, it has to be able to cut. What knife is everyone currently fidgeting with? So I was actually just fidgeting with, I'll show you what's in my pocket in a second, but the Demco 80 20.5. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. Let me move this. Oh yeah, check these guys out really quick, and I'll show you guys this. These things look pretty interesting. The Keeper 2. I'm not positive, but I think there was well, obviously Keeper 2. There was a Keeper 1. I'm not sure if it did any good or how bad it was, but anyways, let me knock this out. So I got the Demco 80 20.5, which these are still available. You can get them in the Ultim or just gray. I think it's FRN. Maybe it's G10. I'm not sure. On Blade HQ. I do find this one a lot fidgetier than the original one. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the blade shape or this hole, the way the hole is set up, but man, I'm talking about way better reverse flick, just everything, the action all together. Super good on this one. This one's very, very fidgety. But anyways, I also really like the blade shape a lot more. The geometry, it's not that much thinner, you know, so it's not going to cut that much better. It's maybe slightly, very slightly thinner behind the edge, but so it's a little bit, but the blade shape is what makes this, in my opinion. And what? And I just got in the mail a week ago the Sencut Watauga. That's an awesome one. Good for you on that one. Yeah, that's a great purchase. That's one that there's like certain knives from Sencut, from Civivi, even from, you know, like other companies like KIZER and stuff that are just kind of no brainers, you know, like for me personally, like when people ask me like to recommend a knife like in a specific budget range, I have specific knives that stand out, right? So like if you're asking me between 30 and 50 bucks or something like that, or just asking me for an affordable budget knife, like that's one of the main ones that stand out to me in my head, and among a few others, but they're all still in the same boat. Like it doesn't matter which one you pick, they're all really really good. And yeah, man, the Watog, man, sweet knife. The Vision FG, that's another good one too. That's a really good one. um I still got the Ultim scales I need to put on my FG. I don't know if I'll leave them or not, but it might look cool because of the black. I don't know, we'll see. um okay, when you say massively, you're not meaning the large one, are you? You're not talking about the large one, you're talking about the small one, right? The Rosie, a Kaiser Veritas, an Emerson whiskey knife, and a Medford Slim Midi Tonto in the pocket today. Your pockets are filled big time, man. How are you walking around with your pockets filled like that? Hey, man, great carry though. The Rosie obviously is a sweet piece. The Veritas is another sweet piece. Emerson whiskey knife, I don't know what that one is. But the Medford Slim Midi is like my favorite Medford. So there's a few Medfords that I really, really like that are right there with it. But that's Slim Midi, man. It does something to me. I love it. Yeah, the Watauga, man. That one's so good. For EDC, I carry my Benchmade 535-3 titanium scales and CPM S90V, worth every penny for daily carry. Very cool. Hell yeah. Then it says, I totally forgot that we changed from summer to winter time and was confused why the stream is an hour earlier today. Yeah, that'll sneak up on you, won't it? See, my clock's always my phone, so it automatically changes for me. Oh, he's talking to him. Was gifted the Civivi Mini Praxis. The Mini Praxis is another good one. I like the full size better, but the Mini's a good one too, especially if that's your size. Spyderco Efficient is my work beater. Hell yeah. What's up, Ontario? Just got my first Spyderco knife, the Para 2. Sadly, I'm not happy with the action. After numerous pivot adjustments, there is little to no change. How long till this breaks in and gets smooth? Okay, so two things. One, sometimes they just come smooth out of the box. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do take some breaking in. So what I would recommend to you is let me just grab. I have a PM2. Adjust this. So you've probably been adjusting the pivot. Adjust these screws right here. This screw puts tension, and just try it. Trust me. So loosen up the pivot and then loosen up these, and loosen up all the hardware, and then slowly put them all in so that the scale goes nice and flat down, like kind of like a wheel on a car. And then don't over tighten it, just get it to a certain point. And then once it's nice and smooth, leave it there, because then it'll just break in more and more and more and more. Now, if you wanted to, you could take it apart and take the washers out and polish them. But I would just say, make sure your detent ball has KPL heavy on there. KPL heavy, link down in the description. Make sure you use KPL heavy on your detent ball. And, and yeah. But those screws right there, those are usually the problem. It's usually not the pivot. I worked all day, so I carried my S35 VN 8020.5 beater. I got that new 20 CV version. What's up, Ninja Neeves? What up? What up? Kyle AOC put the word out. These guys packing needs to go on a list to be locked up like Julian. You're going to love it. Okay. All right. So next thing, let's I do want to talk about these stones I got. So just briefly, because a company contacted me and I have a whole box of shit. I got a whole box of stuff. I only bought out this. So it's like all stuff. They had me pick it out. So basically this company sells, you guys will know it when I do the video, but this company sells very cheap products. Very, very cheap products. Well, they also have some products that are like, they're good products, but they're super, super affordable. Then there's other stuff that's absolute crap. And it's like 2 cents, like literally like dollars, pennies, like they're so cheap. Then there's things that actually do cost a little bit because they're better quality. So I tried to pick out, because they told me to pick some stuff out. So I tried to pick out things that I felt like would represent, you know, a certain cost from their products, and also that would kind of relate to stuff that we would get, you know, like tool guys and shit like that. So I try to get tools, sharpening stuff, blah blah blah. So these are the diamond plates that they had. They had some sharpening stuff. At Durbin's, been a member for 20 months. It hurts my heart to the core watching you waste all of that fruit in the gas knife video. I love fruit. Next time, invite me over and I'll help clean up. You know what? None of the fruit went to waste, Big Daddy. None of it went to waste. If I wasn't eating it, the squirrels, coons, possums, coyotes, and fucking skunks were eating it. But I know what you mean. I don't like that either. And you know what? What you didn't see, there was a lot more of what you did. There was more than way more than you guys even seen. So, so the diamond plates, we got 3 of them. We got a 200, a 400, and a 1,000. So these things are only a couple dollars. So what I figured was, for guys that are wanting some diamond plates, at least the effect of a diamond plate, to see how good they'll work, but don't have the $50, $60, $100 to get them, these might be really, you know, good. Granted, they're probably going to wear out fairly quickly, right? But when you're talking about $6 to $10 or something for 3 of them, I forget how much it was, but it wasn't much more than that. Might not be a bad deal. So this one does feel like a 200. It feels pretty aggressive. Now, granted, once you start using it, it'll break in, so it's not going to be a 200 after you start using it, but this would definitely reprofile a knife very quickly. And then the 400 is also, feels like, you know, decent aggressiveness. So we'll see. They are thin though. So you can put them in a stone holder or put them, you know, on some sort of surface, you know, if it's wet or something, maybe it'll stick. I don't know. I'm going to figure out exactly how to put it, but I do like that they have that rubber backing, because I hate stacking my diamond plates, but with these, it's easy because, you know, you got that rubber backing. So you just slap them right together. But yeah, not too shabby considering, you know, it's only a few dollars. So we'll see how the other products go. I haven't checked out any of the other products. This was the first one I just took a peek at. But I did get a few other things, and, you know, we'll see how it goes. There was one thing I was trying to get them to send, and then they kind of refused. I wound up like denying them after that. Like, no, you're not fucking sending. But then they wound up just sending the shit anyways, fuckers. But I like the higher grit in those plates. You can liquid nail them to a 1x4. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you could super glue them, liquid nail them, whatever. You could definitely put them on any sort of surface. What's cool though is if you have a stone holder. So if you have a stone holder, one, you can just stone hold them like this, right? They're not, you know, they're not very flexible. They're stiff enough to where they're not going to flex. But you could put them on a 2x4 and then in the clamp, or just put them directly into the clamp. Neves, what knife would you recommend to cut down Ron DeSantis cowboy boot lifters? I'm wanting to take him back down to his actual height of 5'8". Definitely something with serrations for sure. Serrations. Back on. No problem, Anthony. Thank you for joining. Been using your links too, bro. Thank you, Kevin. I so appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's definitely a huge thing when you guys use the links that are in the description. I try to link everything. And if you guys knew how much time and effort I put into links, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy how much time I put into links. So, you know, between signing up to them, getting them, talking to the companies, you know, talking them into giving me one, to just everything, man. It sometimes is a son of a bitch, but I'm very blessed. I have a lot of links now, so I can pretty much link just about anything that I show on the channel, which is really, really cool, because the more links, the better, right? And then, because a lot of people, they used to think that, like, if you had one product that you could link and another product you couldn't, that you would talk good about this product and bad about this product or something like that. But, you know, when you can link everything, you know, that can't be true, right? Anyways, the FOBOS knives, man, freaking love these things. These things are so badass. I haven't checked their heat treatment yet, but I am gonna take them out in the back as soon as it defrosts, because we did get some snow. So, but man, look at that edge angle. Holy shit, that's a good edge angle. It is such a good edge angle for a fixed blade like this. I mean, it's a nice low edge angle, and you know, I can feel it's nice and sticky, very, very sharp. It'll definitely shave hair. Oh, hell yeah. This guy, somebody said that they had it, and they said that they use it as their bushcraft. What the hell's going on? Come on. Focus. What is going on? Sorry, guys. Hang on a second. This is going to piss me off. There we go. Anyway, so he said he had one of these as a camp/do anything knife. And yeah, man, this thing is so comfortable back here. Like you could chop with it, you could use it for food prep. You can get nice tight to that edge for slicing things. I can't wait to put these things to use. And the liners, man, they're so tight and you know, jimped very well, perfect thickness. These are badass fixed blades. And then here's the other one I got. I'd love to see this one in a folding version, just because it has the whole shit. Actually, this one too. I love that blade shape. That is to me, I don't know what it is about this blade shape. It just looks so aggressive and nasty to me. It looks like it wants to do damage. It looks like it can chop, stab, slash. It looks like it can do just about everything. And that's what I love about it. It just looks hyper mean, you know. At least I think so. I still have the 1x4 DMT original stones from the 80s. Still work fine. Last as long as you don't abuse them. I'd say they last as long, depending on how much you use them. Because I have some that lasted fucking months, you know, and I have others that have lasted a lot longer. It just depends on how much I use them. Because, you know, like the ones that I've probably wore out a dozen or so diamond plates. But maybe more than that, actually. But I was sharpening 5, 6, 7 knives a day, you know, on them. And sometimes it was reprofiling, you know, it wasn't, because also that's another thing. Say if you say I've sharpened 10 knives, okay, it's like, okay, you sharpened 10 knives, but at what angle, what thickness, what steel, right? All those are factors. Like, say if I sharpened, just for an example, Maxace, and I was lowering it down to 15 degrees per side, and I did 5 of those versus 5 knives in AUS 8 at 30 degrees per side. Big difference, right? One's going to take an hour to sharpen, the other one's going to take 3 minutes. But yeah, they can last a little bit. They can last pretty long if you take good care of them, if you're not abusing them. Putting a lubrication can definitely help with diamond plates. It doesn't help with anything other than, you know, basically just making them last a little bit longer. And I'm not even sure if that's true. I've just always heard that was true. I don't know. Jared, have you tried to get an affiliate with Recon1, a discount code? There would be awesome. I have not, but maybe I'll reach out to them. I don't know. I might have, because you gotta understand, I've literally reached out to every company I could possibly think of. And we've been denied by a lot. So, but I don't, you know, I don't hold it against them or anything. So I don't remember, you know, there's a lot of companies, you know, once they deny, you know, I'll, you know, say, well, if you change your mind, you know, just contact me or whatever. But then, you know, I just move on to the next one, you know. Thank you, Frederick. I am new to the knife world and have enjoyed learning from you. I appreciate that. And that's awesome about this community, man. This community is such a good community. And when obviously there's going to be shitheads, right? So shitheads aside, most of the people that find this community, they find it and they realize how dope it is and they don't want to leave. They don't want to go anywhere. Now, of course, there's some snakes that start taking advantage of the community because they see how generous, kind, awesome they are. But 99% of the people are just absolutely amazing. Top-notch people. I have the 3x8 DMT plates and 4K, 8K, very worth the money. Great for finishing before I go to the Shapton. See, I don't go up that high. I don't feel no reason to go up that high to 30,000. I go up to 5,000 and then I'll strop because at 5,000, my shit's a mirror edge. Like it's already mirror as fuck. So I want micro serrations. So I don't want to polish off every little tiny scratch. Like I don't mind if to the naked eye there's no scratches, but I don't want to zoom in on a loop or something and it have no scratches. Because that's what's adding to the bite in the teeth. And if you get too slick and too polished, it loses all its bite. So personally, for me, I like to go up to 5,000 grit and then strop from there. And after you strop, though, you can strop to 10,000 grit from 5,000 because once you're at 5,000, you can jump a lot farther. So, like the difference between 300 and 1,000, you're gonna want to usually use a stone in between there, right? You want to go 300, 600, and 1,000. But once you're to 3,000, you don't need to go 3,500, 4,000, 4,500. You can go from 3,000 to 6,000. So, Kevin Smith, thank you for the 2 bones, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come on. I greatly appreciate all the donations, guys. Anyone have a code for American Edge? I don't think I do. I know there's some that I can't remember. That I have. Like I was literally looking for the one for before we started the show. Where is it? For my pen. I wanted to show you guys this pen. And I'll show it to you guys anyways, but I do have an affiliate link. I just don't know where the hell it's at. But these things are dope, man. This has been like my go-to pen lately, and it is titanium, USA made. Now the cool thing about this is that I can have a pen or a marker and all different color markers, and it's super easy to change out, and it's a marker that it'll hide itself inside there, so it's not going to like leak out. And also, yeah, that's another thing, it doesn't dry out because it hides itself inside. So if you use a marker like on a job site during the day or for whatever reason, right, you can carry this along, and it's nice and thick, nice and fat, nice and fidgety. The spring's really good. Titanium mill pocket clip. But and then you see it's got the work hard, stay tough on there. But or you can have a pen, and the pen works really good as well. Shout out to them. This is a Mark Smith by Soul Built. Their logo is a hammer and a wrench that makes a heart. I put a super bitey razor sharp edge on the Maximum Pair 3 by doing a diamond 220, diamond 800 grit, and ceramic and strap. Yeah, I personally, for me, if I would have been doing that, like I've done magni cut at just about every grit, even mirror polish. And I'll tell you what, it takes a screaming sharp mirror polished edge, but it just doesn't hold it. That's the problem with it. So personally, for me, I keep it around 600 grit. I find that that's where it kind of, feels like it does the best. Maybe even lower sometimes. How often do you need to flatten veneer resin bond stones? Not often. You need to just clean them. That's all. So there's a difference between conditioning and flattening. So conditioning, basically what you're doing is you're taking your Nagura stone or whatever, aluminum oxide stone, whatever stone, you have to have some sort of cleaning stone, right? So you take your veneer. Let's just pretend this is my veneer, right? And damn it, I gotta have something. And this is my stone, right? This is my little cleaning stone. You take it and you want to clean it off. Clean it off, scrub it really good. And the reason why you're doing that is because the diamonds, say these are the diamonds, they get wore down. And what you need to do is you need to cut this part off and re-expose the diamonds. So you're basically shaving a thin layer off or cleaning a thin layer off of the resin, getting all the steel particles and everything off of there that's clogging it, that's blocking the diamonds, and all the resin off of the diamonds so that the diamonds can be re-exposed. And then as they wear off again, they'll go under the surface of the resin, and the resin or the stone won't be cutting as fast. And then you got to do it again. Now, flattening is when it starts to dish. So personally for me, I do it. It depends on how much I'm sharpening, but I'll say this. The more often you do it, the less time it will take you to do it. If you do it every like once every year or something, you're gonna be on that plate. You'll probably be on there for a while if you're using them a lot. Like if you're only using them once a month, then no, you're not. Like it doesn't matter. But if you're using them a lot, then you should probably do it like flattening like once every couple months or something, just because it'll go fast. You just take some 60 grit silicon carbide powder on a sheet of glass with a little cap full of water and swirl it around, and it will flatten it up really quick. However, if it's really dished, it'll take a long time. But that's the beauty with if you keep up with it, because if you keep up with it, it'll literally take 10 seconds. You can just like really fast and then rinse it off. It's done. But if it's been a long time, you'll be on that bitch for 30, 45 minutes, So, but you want to make sure you're conditioning. If you're conditioning, then you won't have to do as much flattening. And if you're flattening every once in a while, you won't have to do real flattening, because basically you're kind of doing like an extreme conditioning, basically, because like when you condition it, you're exposing the diamonds, right? But every once in a while, throw on the silicone carbide powder just to flatten it out, just to make sure everything's flat, even though it doesn't look not flat, even though it looks good. Just do it just because, and it'll actually make it brand new again. So that's kind of the beauty of it. What do you recommend for a cleaning stone? Best bang for buck for Neeves. If it's for Neeves, just go down in my Neevesknives store, and there should be a conditioning stone down there. Let me see. Let me just make sure really quick. Give me 1 second. Let me just go like these. Come on. Sorry, guys. I had to pause that. Right here. Let me see if it's in here. Ooh, what is that? Wrong damn link. There it is. All right. So I should have it in sharpening supplies. Man, I have so much different sharpening supplies. Let me just show you guys what I'm looking at. Let me bring you guys in here. Oh shit, where are you guys at? But I usually recommend a Nagura stone. I'll find one and show it to you on this store. I gotta redo this store, guys. I'm sorry. The store is a fucking mess right now. But here's the Neevesknives store. It's just an Amazon store. Anytime you want to buy anything whatsoever, the top search bar up here, search Amazon, just search it. If you want to get your wife some tampons, if you want to get some water bottles, some toilet paper, some oil for your car, whatever, search bar's up on top. Just search for it. It'll be there. But we have sharpening supplies, knives, stuff like that. Different, and then I have like the resin bonded diamond stones, diamond plates, and these are the ones like I recommend. Jared's affordable diamond plates, things like that. So it might be in here. I'm not sure. Let me just check and see. So I know if it's not in there. But I will say, if you're gonna buy resin bonded diamond stones, go to my HAPSTONE link. That's where you want to go. Okay, so I guess I'm not seeing it in here. Maybe I don't have them. So I'll find one and later on I'll put it in here. But hey, to be honest, you could use any one of these if you really wanted to. But you don't have to go. You want to get something cheap though. So let's look up. Conditioning stones for sharpening. Oh, here we go. A Yoshiro. That's what I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for. Yoshiro stone fixer. Yes, that's it right there. So, well, they gave us two different ones. So this is what you're looking for, but I'm looking for just this white one right here. So I'm looking for it by itself. Not seeing it. Not seeing it. Usually they have one by itself, but oh, here we go. All right. So right here, 17 bucks. This is 1,000 grit. Now they go down to like 600 grit. It really doesn't matter because you're using it as a conditioning. You're using it as a cleaning stone. But you can get a 600, you can get 1,000, you can get 400. It really doesn't matter. Granted, a 400 one will work faster. So that is one thing. But other than that, it's not going to be much of a difference. It's just going to be a little bit faster because the grit from the stone is this diamonds, you know, as far as resin bonded diamonds go. So Joshua has been a member for 3 months. Oh, he got that game time. All right, tell me about it. I want to hear it. What do you think? Do you like it? I got to know. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh man, how did it get away from me? Joshua, how do you like it, man? How do you like it? I'm curious because I got some other Alexandria right here that we're going to be talking about here come fragrance of the week time. But I'm curious what you think about it. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Does it suck? Or is it badass? I wasn't really a fan of ARPM 9 at first, but man, does it strap back really good. Yes, that's the beauty of it. You can strap it back so easily, and honing is so what you can do with that steel, like say if you get one from the factory, just for an example, get a knife from the factory, and the edge is usually sharp, right? From the factory, it's nice and sharp, but you could take and put it on a stone and hone it, and you can literally make that motherfucker, I mean, like hair whittling sharp, because what you can do is you'll take their scratch pattern and kind of tighten it up a little bit and make it, how can I say it? It basically like polishes it. Like if you use a high grit, like so what I use is I use my 3,500 grit or my 5,000 grit Veneve, and I'll hone it, and it'll basically polish the areas in between the scratch pattern. So you have the scratch pattern from the sharpening, you know, the teeth at the edge. It polishes in between there, and it just, man, it makes it so brutally sharp. Love it. Smells sweet and fresh. I like how it smells over time. Just smelling myself right now. It's fucking amazing. Glad you like it. Glad you like it, Joshua. I know most people are gonna like it. You know, I'm just waiting for the one guy who's gonna show up and be like, "Yeah, I got it. And I don't like it. It fucking sucks." Waiting for that fucking guy. Hopefully, we don't run into him for a long time. But I just can't imagine anybody smelling that and being like, "Yeah, this sucks." You know. I mean, there are certain things that are more my style or not, you know. But that's just one, man. I can't see, especially like a masculine man like that. That's a good smelling scent. I even had another person, like, I don't know if I've ever had a fragrance in this short a time like get as many compliments as I've had from that one. Usually get the cheap version of something, then realize I like it and buy the nice shit. That's usually how it goes. But yeah, that's usually how it goes. Sometimes it's good to just go, you know, like with certain things. Certain things I would recommend do not buy the cheap shit. Like say like tripods, right? For like camera equipment, anything like that. Do not get the cheap shit. Is what'll happen, or like, you know, anything like with stuff like that, like from lighting, tripod, stuff like that. I went down this road, man. I bought so many cheap ones just because I needed to get by, and every one of them were like, they break like 3 times in. Like you'd use it 3 times and something would happen. It'd break. It sucked to use. It was frustrating. then you get a good one and it's like so smooth, everything's moving good, everything's nice and solid and tough, and you know, it's not flimsy and breaking just because you lifted it up. So certain things you want to spend that money. Jared has some new videos about it, and you can never really go wrong with a mirror polish. D2 likes it to the edge. Yeah, D2, like a bunch of steels, like a medium grit to toothy edge. D2 154 cm, CPM 154, AEBL, unless if you do like super low edge angle, because that's what AEBL likes the most. But Maxace wants a toothy edge. S90V likes a toothy edge. There's a lot of steels that like a toothy edge. But then there's some steels that do really well with a polished edge. I'm not sure what he was asking. But yeah, there's a lot of steels that do really good with a polished edge. Not all, but a lot of them do. Game time slaps. Hell yeah. Fucking love it. I love hearing that shit. You know, also, you know what else I really like? I love knowing that you know, that you guys are, you know, smelling good, because it's good to feel good, smell good, you know, live good, eat good, work out good, just all that stuff. And when you go to Blade Show, and I'm not trying to talk shit about anybody, so don't take it like that. But when you go to Blade Show, you realize how many people, like when you get into a confined area, you know, you realize, and you know, I've, you know, been in so many packed areas. So, you know, it's not just Blade Show, it's just packed areas in general. You smell people, right? You smell the stinky guy. You smell the guy who doesn't care, the guy who doesn't wear deodorant, and you can tell, you know, like the guy, you know, like my fucking Uber driver sometimes, right? Like, you know, like these guys are, they might be allergic. I don't know, maybe they're allergic to deodorant. But you know, yeah, it scares people off. So it's good to just know that you smell nice and fresh. I would say you're the gay one. Because you know who really likes men smelling good? The ladies. The ladies. So only a gay guy would say some shit like that. I know some knives don't like mirror polishes, but you can't go wrong with it. I would say you can go wrong with it, but I know what you mean. Like, it's not gonna hurt nothing. But I would say the one time when I think you can go wrong with it is on CPM 154. For some reason, CPM 154 gets slick as snot with a mirror edge. Like some steels, like it'll take a mirror polish edge just fine. It'll feel really sharp, super good, but it's not gonna last. But with like CPM 154, man, it just gets slippery. And that's a dangerous knife. So, you know, but most examples, though, most knives, you know, take one just fine. I'm glad I could break the oud wood back out with the cold weather. And you only can feel as good as you smell. Very true. And yeah, I actually just recently got oud for greatness. I don't know if I like it though. It's a little too oudy for me, so I'm still warming up to it because it does have some tobacco in it that I like. There's something in it that I love, but then there's some shit in there that I'm just like, you know, not feeling. But I do like some oud fragrances. The Uber guy has some swass. So I don't know if you guys know this. Well, here's one of the topics today. I don't know if you guys know this, but Crazy K, who used to work for, where's my shit? Who used to work for KIZER, right? Crazy K, you guys might have seen her in some of the lives. You know, she's been somebody I've been working with for a long time now. Well, she's starting her own company. So she's gonna do her own damn thing. And it is called, let me just pull her up really quick so I can show you her thing. Might as well start shouting her out. She's been a sweetheart to us. She's always, you know, been really cool with us. But she's starting a little company, and I'm trying to pull it up for you. So this is her Instagram. You can go and follow her if you want. But she's starting a company called Pyrotech. And this is one of their I think this is their first knife, a magnetic So let me just break it down for you guys. You guys might have already seen this on Instagram, but the scales are magneted on, so you can just pull them right off. But it's actually really tough. Like you can watch you can watch them, like they've dropped them, they've thrown them into things, like they've done all kinds of stuff. So it seems pretty solid, but they just pop right off. And this one's a titanium one with S90V. Let's check it out. Not too shabby, right? And I'll show you guys the scales here in a second. I don't think she has it on here, but I know somebody who does have it on their page. But it's pretty cool though. Shout out to her and the new company. Let's go to Vu's page. Here we go. Because Vu has it. He's done some stuff on there with it. So let me find. So here you go. Here, you can check it out right here. Oh, there's no sound. So you see the magnets? 4 magnets, and just clap right on. Look at that. Bang. That's dope. Not too bad, right? Not too bad. There's one. Oh yeah, this one right here. Not too shabby, right? Impact resistant. So I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. As an NDV, titanium crossbar lock, I'm down. What do you guys think? What's your guys' thoughts on it? I want a discount. Get me the Triad members code. What is that? Michael Upchurch, been a member for 18 months. He's about to unbox his Kubi Nova he got on White Mountain Knives for 25 bones. Good for you. Hell yeah. I was actually going to I'm not sure if we'll get to it, but the Kubi Nova in titanium and the Kubi Titius, whatever the fuck the name is on Blade HQ right now. So they've recently got them. I did feature the Titius in a video the other day. Titius, whatever. But the Nova's on there too. I used to have that when I did give it away, but not because I didn't like it. You know, I usually give away things I like. So I just throw all my nice knives around. Gotta break them in. That's true. Is Jared pixelated for anyone else? Am I pixelated? I mean, on my end, it's good, but I don't know. Okay, so just so you guys know, if you ever, and I didn't know this, so this is why I'm telling you guys. You guys probably already know this. You guys are probably like, you're a fucking idiot, Jared. Everybody knows that. But when you're watching something, sometimes your phone will automatically set it to a lower grade. And just go and find so if you look like on mine, it'll be this little gear right up here in the corner. And I can hit that gear and it'll give me the option. I think that one. No, maybe not that one. Sorry, hang on a second. It's a different one. Is it this gear? Where is it? Oh, maybe it doesn't do it in lives. Let me do a regular video. So there's a little thing like that. Here it is. So yeah, right here. So it's the little gear up here in the corner, right there. You just hit that and it'll take you to quality, and you can just turn it on to higher quality. So that then it's not all pixelated and stuff. So you guys probably already know that. You know, I only learned it about 3 months ago. So fucking thinking my phone was like losing service or something. They tell you the HRC of the knife too, which I think is cool. Seems like they're 61, 62. For which one? What company are we talking about? Thanks, Todd. Yes, definitely join the membership. I don't think it is entirely cool how much. I don't know how much it is. I think they're still trying to figure that out. I have no idea. It's just prototype phase right now. So, You're talking about for the titanium one? 10% off. So, well, it was, but they had a little deal for it for like a week or so or a few days. But from what I know, that they're all back to $100 now. The Pyrotech Kraken, it's Kay and Damon from KIZER, right? Exactly. You can go in your main settings and select use higher quality rather than auto. There you go. Bang bang. But yeah, see, I've never, knew all that shit. So, I'm playing catch up. Like I'm learning so much when it comes to editing and uploading and YouTube and stuff. Like, I've learned like so much and I'm really good at that stuff now. But when it comes to like other stuff, like fixing or working on anything on a computer, doing anything, I am so illiterate. Like I know nothing. Um, but I know stuff now, like I said, as far as editing and uploading and things like that, because that's what I do. That's what I focus my attention on, is learning that stuff, the stuff that's gonna help me run this whole schmitty. But when it comes to like, other things, not that good. Richard Marsh gifted 5 Neevesknives memberships. Richard, thank you, man. Shout out to you. Hell yeah. That is badass, man. Thank you. We haven't had any members gifted in a while. I greatly appreciate that. That is a huge donation, and I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. Shout out to Richard. Everybody give him the nod. I should have a symbol for that, the nod or something, or the wave. They are 280 or oh, are they? I didn't know that they were shipping already. I didn't see anything about them for sale. They're 280 and are shipping. You mean shipping now to be in stock, or they're already in stock to sell? But yeah, I didn't know that. I just talked to Crazy K yesterday or something. She didn't say that. It didn't change, but it didn't change, but it's not my phone. Thanks for helping though. Huh. I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe it's just the service. Oh, and we're also live. So, put that into, let me just see. Let me see what it looks like on my end. Yeah, it looks good on my end. So, um, what's up, Backwoods? Shout out to Backwoods. So, just so you guys know, we were supposed to have a guest today. I know I told you guys last Saturday, after I dumped the live, that we had a guest, a possible really cool guest coming on. But that same guest ditched us again for the 4th time now. I just want to be clear, for the 4th time. I'm no hard feelings. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not even a little bit upset. But for the 4th time now. So we'll see. Maybe he'll show up next time. Granted, this one was kind of my fault because I was supposed to remind him on Monday and I forgot. So I'm the one who shit the bed on this one. But hopefully maybe next Wednesday. Yeah, it's Alex Jones. Yeah, exactly. Richard, it's a very nice thing to do. Gives folks a chance to see the sun lives. Who was the guest? Guess who the guest was. Somebody just said his actual real name. So, and I just read it out loud. So, Jared, sorry, I'll come on one of these days. Keep the invite open. Come on. Anybody's welcome to come on. I'll bring anybody on at any time. Nah, he needs to learn what time it is. There you go. So hopefully we'll have him on next Wednesday. We'll see what happens. Until then, everybody should start spamming him, asking why he's dodging the Neevesknives live. What's going on, Rini? Thank you for joining, man. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, man. I got a knife coming from Megaron. Megaron's got some really cool stuff in the works right now that I can't show you guys. I'm sure if you go to their Instagram, he features the stuff so you guys can see it. Maybe we'll go take a look. But the past few knives I've gotten from them, if the next stuff, the stuff that's coming, is going to be a reflection of the stuff that's been coming, they're starting to tighten up their everything. Like, this thing is absolutely insane. This thing, the detent is so crispy clean. The ergonomics are perfect. I mean, this model's been out for a little bit already, but this is the new version with the plain carbon fiber in the micro milled titanium bolster S90V. But yeah, look at this action. Super good action. Fantastic detent. The milling is super deep. That's another thing. I love deep milling. I hate it when it's like micro. Like, obviously this is micro, but you know what I mean? Like, where it's almost like you don't even see it. This is cool, man. That is deep milling. I love that. Like, look at how deep that shit is. But yeah, anyways, let's check out their Instagram real quick because he is kicking ass right now. And here is the stuff that they have right now or coming. Check this guy out. Look at this guy. Badass. Thing looks like a beast. This might not be the one that's coming right now, but maybe it is. I can't remember. There's another one that's coming. I think it's a little bit smaller than this, but it's very similar. But this one's a beast. Maybe it is this one. I can't remember. That thing just looks like, man, I love it. I freaking love it. I wish you had a hollow grind, but they're going for hard use on this one. Look at how thick that blade is. You can just hear it. You can hear it the way it hits the stop pin. That's one thing, man. After you've watched enough knife reviews, you guys know, I'm sure you guys know, after you've watched enough knife reviews, you can kind of hear things. You can kind of hear when things are a certain way, and you know, from everything, you know, it's like just the little details you start acknowledging a lot. Yeah, it must be this one. So that's very cool. Can't wait for that. Hey, Brian's in the house. What's up, brother? Miguron is one of the companies that is catching my eye, and I'd probably pull the trigger if they just fixed their sharpening choils / plunge grinds. I know I'm working on it with them. I've been trying to get them to understand. They did do it on a couple of them. So there was a few models that they absolutely fixed, and now all their models now are better. But across the lot, no, they definitely have a little bit of work to do in that area. They have a little bit of work to do in the clip area, but they're trying. And like, even like with the plunger and choil, they literally reach out and ask me like to help them understand, because it's just getting lost in translation, you know. And he tries, man. He's really trying. And I've sent videos, and they wind up like on the ones they get it, because like I'll tell them exactly what to make it, you know. But then with the next model, they don't wind up knocking it out of the park, because I just don't think they're grasping the reason why, or the concept, right? So like, they're not understanding the reason why you want to separate the end of the plunge grind from the edge. So they're thinking, you know, just, you know, like just put a you know, a separation in there somewhere, or to basically just make it a choil, when it's all about the plunge grind. But they're going to learn, and they're doing such a good job. Like, you know, I have no doubt. And you know, I have confidence in a company that takes, because listen, there's been knives I've dragged from this company, and he continues to reach out and ask like what he can do better. Like, he's constantly worried about that. He's constantly worried about, you know, how things are and what he could do. But like, and so to me, that's huge. That is huge when somebody can humble themselves to the point to where they are, you know, asking for, you know, people's opinions, and not just mine either, you know, other people's too. So recently got a Miguron talisman. I call it the talisman. And oh my God, the action is fire. Oh man, I need that, but I'm only 14, so I can't pay for a membership. Yeah, that sucks, doesn't it? You might be able to get one gifted to you. Asher, every second Sunday there is a members only live. That helps with the sharpening questions, and live sharpenings are done as well. Yes, Todd. So yes, thank you, Todd. Yeah, we do a live sharpening every other week, and then we've done giveaways, but I am going to start uploading videos as soon as I catch up with shit. But right now we do 2 lives a month. Yeah, wait. Yeah, one every other week. So 2 lives a month, and they're about 2 hours a piece. And we do knife sharpening, and the whole thing is live knife sharpening. I'm possibly going to get a guest on that, so that I can help them sharpen on camera like I've done with the premium members, because the premium members, if you're a Rackstead member, you can ask for a one-on-one, and I will do a 1 hour to however long it takes session with you, just me and you. So that is always an option too. Just got the Migaron Pelora, and I'm waiting on the Moyarl to come in. Right now, my favorite is definitely the Flix 2. That Flix 2 is way better than the Flix 1. The Flix 1 was, you know, it was okay, but I had a bunch of complaints. Man, that Flix 2 just knocked it out of the park. The Curix 2 was supposed to be the chosen one. If they do a Curix 3 with just a fixed sharpening tool, maybe S9 EV and a hollow grind, that would be dope. I agree 100%. And that's actually what I've been telling them, is that they and they're starting to work on it. They've done a couple hollow grinds, but I've been telling them they need to start doing hollow grinds, deep hollow grinds, and you know, and then the other little details like the choils and things like that. So yeah, man. Because those little details, when you get up into that price range, and not that they're super expensive or anything, they're reasonably priced, but when you get up over $100, you know, shit, I complain about that with knives that are $20, let alone if a knife's 100 or 300 or whatever, you know. So I can tell you about the TS Prov, but the Work Sharp is amazing. I highly recommend it. Yeah, the Work Sharp Professional is very cool. That's a good one. And what I like about that system the most is that you get everything. So you literally buy that system and you have everything you need to sharpen up your knives to get a great edge, a perfect edge. You don't have to buy anything else. Everything's there. However, if you want to upgrade and you want to do, you know, a little bit more, and it's not that you're going to get better edges or anything like that. It's just you'll have maybe the ability to get more premium polished edges and things like that if you get Veneve stones and stuff. But anyways, the point, or you basically you can use any stone you want. That's really the upgrade. And if you want to do that, you can do that. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. But if you wanted to, you can wait a couple months when you save up a few bucks and pay $32 and get the stone holder attachment, and then go and get some other stones. But you don't have to. You have everything you need right there. And it is a solid system. Hey, Jared, do you know when We is finally going to release all their new knives? Okay, so kind of. I have paid my pre-order several miles. Yes, so Richard, so you're going to be disappointed with my answer because I don't know. I reached out to Blade HQ and I asked them what's the deal, what's going on. We Knife Co. had told me a certain day. That day passed. And I think that both companies, it's in transit. So something happened in shipping. It got fucked up in customs, and then I don't know if it got turned around and then now it's coming back, or if it was just trying to get through customs and now it's through I don't know. But when I talked to Blade HQ, they said it should be there anytime. They're just waiting for it. They don't have an exact day. It's just in shipping. So sometimes that happens, you know. It's the nature of the beast, you know. When ships are coming across seas, things happen. So we'll see. Hopefully it's sooner than later. I really hope it's sooner than later. How much is a membership per month? You got to go look at it. There's different tiers, so it depends on what tier you want. So just go check out the tiers. It's linked down in the description. Just go down in the description and click to check out the memberships. All right, I'm about to head out. Have a good night, Jared. Later, AJ. Thank you for joining, man. I appreciate it. I don't think I have anything else. I do have a story for story time, but was there something else? What was this? I don't remember what that is. Screw it. We're just gonna shoot the shit. But did you see? Yeah, I actually showed that just a little bit ago. The M4 Jumbo on Blade HQ. Yeah, that thing's dope. It's actually right here. It's in the new releases or new arrivals. Hold Oh shit, I don't have that one hooked up. But yeah, it's in new arrivals down in the Blade HQ link. If you go to the Blade HQ link and click new arrivals, the only problem I have is it's a JG10. Now, that's kind of a good and bad thing, right? The good part about the JG10 is that the JG10, you can always RIT dye, right? You can turn it whatever color you want. If you want to make it purple, pink, blue, orange, whatever, black, whatever. Or you could just leave it. You know, you could leave it and let the next guy do it, which is cool, you know, and I've done that many times, but you know, I would have preferred if they did M4 in my Carta or something like that, you know. I don't know, just spice it up a little bit. It's only $200 though, so I'm not that mad at it, you know. $200, USA made, Yo Jumbo with a big ass blade like that. I love the Yo Jumbo, so well worth the $200 in my opinion. Needs to have more available scales. That is an issue. You're right. Yes, that is one of the issues, is that they do not have really anything. I can't even think of anything as far as aftermarket scales goes for Yo Jumbo. Yo Jimbo, yes, but not the Yo Jumbo. Maybe I can reach out to Go and tell them that that's something they should think about, because that would be fucking badass to have the scales with the Yo Jumbo. Oh, yeah, these Phobos knives are pretty dope. Mini October is under $40 on Mojave Outdoors, 154 cm, small, but laws here are 3-inch carry. Yeah, I always wonder, because I don't think most cops don't even know how to measure a damn blade. I think most of them are going to measure the edge, and you could probably convince them that that's the length of the blade. So if you have a 3.5-inch blade and the edge is 2.8 or 3 inches, then you could probably convince them that you know, that's the law. You know, because you know, like with a lot of knives, like, you know, depending on where you're measuring from, like here, you can measure from right here, or you can measure from back here. Like, where are you measuring from? But if you measure just the edge, you know, gives you a little bit more or less distance. I'm waiting for the Rex 45 Stormtrooper. Okay, that was the other thing we were going to talk about. Okay, screw it. Okay, so we're going to talk about it now. Yes, I can't say too much about it, but I'm just going to show you guys. That's all we're going to do. We're just going to show you. That's it. So, and it's coming soon. It's not out yet, but bang. That's all I'm saying. Not saying nothing else. It's just a post. That's all it is a post. Yep. Sorry, good fellas. Saying night. Later, dog. Appreciate you joining. Same as the Manix XL. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Same as the Manix XL. That one doesn't have any scales either. Yeah, you're right. I think I seen one time and I didn't wind up getting it because I had the choice between because at the time I didn't have scales on both my knives and I didn't have the money for both. So I just chose one over the other, and I chose the small one over the big one. But I'm not even sure if that's true. I just feel like that's what happened. What's your favorite fixed blade knife and most recommended? Right now, I'm going to see, it depends what it's for. So, like, fixed blade for what? But as far as right now goes, I'm going to say this guy from Phobos. This guy. But all of these, go watch my Phobos video. It's like posted like 4 videos ago. This is just one of them. There's 3 of them. But yeah, these guys are really fucking good. I like these guys a lot. The fit, the finish, the talent, everything about them has been fire. Look at this big horse. Look at this thing, man. That is what a knife, man. It's got the great balance. The ergonomics are just perfect. I can choke back and chop. It's got the spot for, you know, a bow drill. You know, I'm sure you can strike. I'm sure you can strike here or back here. It's not super sharp, but I'm sure you could. I'm not going to grab a ferro rod and check right now, but yeah, probably these. I'm just going to say these guys right now because there's a lot of other companies. You know, I love Tops, but it just depends on what the knife is for. Like if it was a self-defense knife, I wouldn't say those. I'd go to TKELL. My most recommended is definitely TKELL knives, but as far as fixed blades go for self-defense, they're just rugged, nasty, you know, and you know, ready for business. Then Jay says, "Night to the explanation," and I really screwed the pooch. That Rex 45 Mannix isn't pin. No, it's not. Nope, it is not. You're right. It is screw construction. So, can you switch scales? Possibly. I would imagine so. I don't see why not. But yeah, hopefully, I think you should be able to swap with no problems. Like if you can find scales, I just don't know if they're going to fit exactly the same. I will say this though, the scales I got from Original Goat, the aluminum ones, they feel like they were made for the FRN knife. And what I mean by that is because it's a clamshell construction, they feel slim. They feel like they're super lightweight. That's another thing. So they're so lightweight, they feel like that's what they were made for. Someone will make scales for. Yeah, someone will. What's up, Mom? How you doing, Mother? You're crystal clear now. Good. Those look cool, but I gotta say, those Luck Fixies are pretty sweet. I've never tried a Luck Fixie, so I wouldn't fucking know. For all I know, those things are pieces of shit. Just absolute fucking garbage. And they're probably sharpened on a pull-through knife sharpener if I know Luck. All of them. They're probably ground on a pull-through knife sharpener. That's how he grinds his. That's what I heard. I just heard that. I don't know if that's true or not. I just heard that that's how he grinds his knives. It's in a pull-through. So, just saying. I don't know. Gonna have to try one out. Find out. I haven't tried the amphibian. I do have the Stitch and the MSI, which I like. The thing is they have multi-row bearings, right? Multi-row ceramic bearings. So when you see that, you expect really good action, but that's not what you're going to get. It's going to be stiff, and it does break in, and it breaks in nice and smooth, but they just don't have a detent. So don't expect them to be fidgety at first, at least. They get fidgety over time only because they break in and they get a lot smoother, but they never create a good detent. So if action is your thing, then you might not like it as much. Now, if you don't care about action, then it's probably a badass knife. The heat treats are soft, but the knife overall is going to be a tough knife. So that's what I'll say. If you're looking for something tough, like just tough as nails, tough, like ready for, abuse and things like that, then yeah, those are great knives. Like I love my fucking Stitch, man. My Stitch, it's so badass. I love the shape of it. I love the style of it. I love it. But I can't argue that the edge is going to hold up for a long time or anything because it's not. It does go dull relatively fast. So does the MSI. Way worse. My MSI went dull way faster than even my Stitch, but that's just geometry. The Stitch is so much sharper, and the MSI came with a super high edge angle. But after sharpening it though, I mean, it's held up pretty decent, but the one thing is it's tough. It's a tough knife. The Stitch, I mean, you could use it pretty tough, but I wouldn't say it's supposed to be used really tough. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a tactical knife. Hey, Steve's in the house. What's up, Steve? With the 2 bones. Did someone say shitty fixed blades? Shout out to Steve. If you guys want to check out some really badass fixed blades, I should have considered him. You know where I'm making the mistake, and I shouldn't do this either because it's completely my fault. When I think of Steve right now, you know, especially because he was a chef and everything, I think of chef knives, right? But he's doing way more than chef knives now. He's doing camping knives, fixed blades. Like I've even seen him do knives for like I haven't personally held it, but you know, I seen him talk about doing knives for people that wanted like tougher knives, like for hard use and shit. So he does all kinds of stuff. And yeah, I definitely should have mentioned him because his work is impeccable. And then when you consider the price, like, you know, I know the community would hate me if I was just like, Steve, you should raise your price, you know, but his price, put it this way, his price is comparable to a fucking production USA made company. And his are handmade, custom heat treated, you know, to a high HRC and ground it to perfection, like ground so thin. Like if that's what you're looking for is dangerously thin, then he's got you. But you know, like something like this is going to be like damn near the same price. So so that's a pretty sweet deal what he's doing them for. Now, maybe his price is starting to go up now that his books are, you know, pretty full. So don't quote me, but yeah, regardless, I think it's worth it. His work is that damn good. Like I can grab my chef knife right now, and you guys go watch the video on it. Like it's hard to argue with it, man. When you look at the fitment and just everything, man. It's and then the geometry. And then he lies about the geometry too. He told me that it was, I think he said it was 3 to 5 thousandths or 3 thousandths behind the edge or something. And I get it. And he was an absolute liar. It was 1,000th behind the edge. And it was 3 thousandths, a quarter inch up the fucking blade, like way up the blade. Like I could chip it, cut the entire edge off, and then it might be at 3 thousandths. Like it is so damn thin. It's crazy. But when you use a knife like that though, you don't want to use any other knife after that because it's so fast. Like I'm not fucking a chef, like, but I feel like I am when I'm using that thing because like I can do like kind of the thing through an onion or through, you know, whatever the hell I'm cutting. I was making these fruit bowls for a few weeks. So I was cutting up all my fruits, you know, making this big ass fruit bowl every day. And yeah, I was just using that thing every day, just chopping that shit up. Felt like I was a damn a chef because it's so smooth. I even let somebody else check it out just so that they could feel, you know, what it feels like to use a knife like that. And you know, they're used to using dull, regular, you know, kitchen knives. And yeah, right away they felt it, you know, because it just goes right through. So it's like there's like no resistance. And you know, with a lot of knives, man, you go to a lot of people's kitchens, you're gonna see like if they have a tomato, the knife starts smashing it first, and then it starts cutting through. Steve, another 2 bones. Hey, man, thank you. Everyone tells me to raise my prices. I'm not telling you to. I'm not telling you to because the community would be fucking pissed off at me if I said that. So I didn't say that. But I'll tell you guys that his prices are really damn good. So surprisingly good. My dad makes full custom fixed blades, does amazing work for way too cheap. You know, the thing that sucks, and I hate this. I truly hate this. The prices are going up, man. Prices are going up like crazy, and people aren't making more money. So it does hurt a lot of people. It sucks. It really sucks. Like, we're watching it. We're watching it right now in real time. You're watching literal products that you were paying so much for 2 months ago are starting to go up. And they're slowly going up, and then next thing you know, like they're so high, it's like holy shit, I don't even know if this is worth this anymore. So you know, and what I'm arguing for right now is the guys buying the parts and the tools and things like that to create things, you know, like even like building houses. You know, when I was doing construction, 2x4s were like $2, like $1.50. That's it. Now they're, I don't even know, fucking $7 or something. Like that's crazy. So, you know, when that happens, man, you know, people's prices got to go up too because obviously they can't make the product as cheap as they used to. Oh, it's Steve. Love that you pay shipping both ways. If there's any issues, not enough makers are doing that. Makes no sense for customers to have to pay shipping for an issue caused by the maker. Definitely. And everybody's seen that too, where they want you to pay to ship it in. Like, what? What? Does that make sense? But a lot of people, they don't want to argue. They don't want to have to debate and argue about, fucking $7. So they're just like, whatever, I'll just pay it. As long as he fixes my knife, But that still is in the back of their head. You know what I mean? Like, even if they don't say nothing, even if nothing happens with it, even if they're happy as shit afterwards, they're still going to know, like, my thing came with this and I had to pay to get it. It's kind of like that whole, Leon thing, where he's trying to charge me to send me the coin, that he was throwing in because the shit was late. What? Have you had a chance to handle the large waypoint yet? No, but I should have one on the way. Quiet Carry said that they were going to be sending one. So they were supposed to send one on the last batch, but they said that they were so limited that they couldn't. And they said that they'd be able to send one on the next one, which I can't remember exactly when that is, but it shouldn't be too long. But they wound up sending me this instead. So I can't wait for that the waypoint though. Man, they do such a good job. I'm curious though, because how many factories are really in Taiwan? Like, there's not very many factories. I'm just curious, like, because like what we got? We got Demco that has knives made over there, Cold Steel, which is probably the same factory, right? And then Quiet Carry. What other companies are using? Oh, that one. Damn it, I can't think of the name of it now. They're Taiwan too. I guess there is a few of them. I bet you they're all using the same OEM though. I was just, trying to think, like, I wonder who's doing the OEM work over there in Taiwan. If it's multiple companies, just one company. I've had the Miguron Moyaro for about 3 months now, and this is the most impressive under $50 knife I've played with lately. Very smooth, nice fit, and detent, great knife. Yeah, Miguron does really, really good work. And yeah, their budget knives, same thing. And that was another thing that they were really focusing on, especially in the beginning, was their budget knives. Inflation is an 8% tax right now. It's crazy, man. It's actually crazy, and it's just going to keep going up. It's just going to keep going up. I think the way to stop it, and not even to stop it, well, I can tell you a bunch of fucking things I would do. Like, if it was up to me, which it's absolutely not, every single politician, every single one is taking a pay cut. You don't get to get paid if our economy's shit. That's the way I would look at it. Like, why can you get rich and you get paid more and more every year with your money going up while everybody else's is going down? What fucking sense does that make? You work for the American people. So you get paid when we get paid. That's how it should be. If our state's doing good, then the politicians in our state are doing well, right? That's how it should be. That will incentivize every single politician to make sure that their economy is doing well. That'd be the one way to fix everything. But, to just start from right now, right? I think they just need to take off, literally cut taxes, probably like in half, if not more, and then stop like all kinds of regulations. I would say stop so many things, because we're supposed to be a capitalist country, but we're not. I know people think we are, but we're really not. And I listened to somebody else talking about this the other day, and I thought the same thing. I've thought this for a couple of years. We're supposed to be a capitalistic country, yet we can't start a business without involving the government, right? It's supposed to be a free market, right? Free market means I can do whatever I want, make any money I want, and the government doesn't get to intervene. But right now, like, if you want to start a business, you got to get an LLC, you got to do this, all these regulations and all these little checks and balances. Like, that's not capitalist. And then for certain companies to have a monopoly on certain things, that's also not. Like, anyways, I'm not getting into the weeds, but yeah, I could definitely go on a fucking rant. Inflation, when dumb fucks borrow and spend, right? Print greenbacks willy-nilly. Have an administration that borrows and adds 8 trillion to the debt in just 4 years. Then this one adds on top of that. Doesn't stop, man, because they're getting rich from it, though. You know, like, you got to understand, and this is why I say about what I just said. Like, if it was, the incentive was, you don't get paid unless if we get paid, you know, like, if we're not doing well, you're not doing well, you know, like, you get less money if we get, you know, like, just like that, like, literally set it up like that to where the politicians cannot get rich unless the American people get rich. They can't, you know, if they're, whatever we're getting hit, they're getting hit. If not more, they should be getting it more. And like, kind of like during the pandemic, right? If they all lost their jobs until, like, you can't get paid. You can't get paid until Americans can get paid. Why are you getting paid when that doesn't make sense, right? If we're not getting paid, why are you getting paid? How are you getting paid? Off of what tax dollars, right? We're not working, right? So you can't work. But you know how fast we'd open up? Like, it would have been literally overnight, everything, open it up. Anyways, I think that would be the one way that would totally fix it all right there, because then we wouldn't have, because they're incentivized to do what they're doing. That's the part that you can't blame them, really. You know, like, we get mad at it, but wars, right? They get rich off of it. Of course they want wars, right? Of course they want to send billions of dollars in bullets over here and guns over here and armor over here and goggles over here, because they're all getting cuts, you know? Of course. Why wouldn't they? Right? Why wouldn't they? Just like if you were a construction worker, right? And you had multiple jobs going on, and if you deliver wood to 20 different locations, you're going to get a 5% cut from each one of them, or 10% cut from each one of them. You're going to try to do as much as you can, right? Just like them. They're going to have as many wars, as many everything as possible, because they're getting rich and they're not the ones that have to go do it. They're not the ones going and fighting. They don't give a fuck. Because they can just pack up and move. What fixed blades will be better than the SE3 for hunting and EDC? Some price range 160 max. I tell you what, man, I really like these FOBOS knives for hunting. I like these FOBOS knives for hunting, camping, but they're a little bit more than 160. Let me look really quick at what they have. Give me 1 second. Because I have it linked down in the description. If you go down into the description, you know, I'll just do it right here. Yeah, they're up there. They're like up in the 200s. So I guess you wouldn't want that. You want 160 or less. 160 or less. I mean, you can go with the rat models. You got the rat models, you got the SC models, you got Tops knives might have something for that price. But if you're trying to, are you trying to get USA made? Because these companies are all USA. That's, you know, that's why it's going to be a little bit tougher. If you don't mind going overseas, you can pay less. But, you know, I always recommend going to the USA when possible. And you know, USA made fixed blades are usually the best way to go. We go bankrupt, get banks. Wait, banks get bailed out. How is that capitalism? Exactly. Exactly. It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not. It's not. We're past that. We need to get that back. That's what we want. We want capitalism. They've taken it and turned it into this thing, which it's not. It's not at all what it is. So we just need to get that back. And stop all the little fucking checks and balances between everything. That's what fucks us over, you know. All these regulations and all these little things, these little fees, this and that. Like, it's so stupid. Jared, we have always been at war and we'll always be at war. It's human nature. Saboteur, of course. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm saying what I'm not talking about being at war. I'm talking about wanting to be at war. There's a difference there, right? Like defending your nation is one thing, but literally starting shit and you wanting and not even just doing that, but making propaganda out of it so that the country wants to more. And I don't know, whatever. I'm not getting into it. I just think it's all bullshit. Palms getting greased everywhere. I wouldn't mind if my own hands could get in the cookie jar. Right. Everybody wants their hand in the cookie jar, don't they? What's up, Neves? Do you think the community needs a new lock mechanism, something fidgety? Yeah, I do. Crony capitalism. I love that, John. Yes, it is. Yes, I always want new locking systems. I actually thought of one in my head. I did put it on paper, so I don't know if it'll work. but it seems like it might, even though it's not that innovative. I'm not going to tell you what it is because you guys will fucking steal it, you thieves. But it seems like it would work. Maybe I'll see if a company can't put something together. Did you pre-order the Bodacious? Yes, I did. I did. I pre-ordered that and the Crew Wear XL Mannix. You know what is a really good camp hunting knife is the Mora Garberg. That motherfucker's badass. Or any Mora knife. Moras are dope. They're great for that shit. I know they're mostly for like woodworking and stuff, but they'll work for that. And then Buck has some good stuff too. Buck has a fixed blade with a gut hook. I don't know what type of hunting you're doing, so came home from my part-time job to an Amazon package on the porch. Thought someone sent me a knife to lift my spirits. They just delivered to the wrong address. Doesn't that suck? Doesn't that suck? Yeah, I don't even want to tell you how many packages I had on my porch today because it just make you guys feel bad. Too many. My entire porch was fucking filled. But it was because there was some big things, like a new computer chair and shit like that. We can prototype with the 3D printer. I won't steal it. We can prototype with well, get a hold of me. Maybe we'll try it. Maybe we'll try something. I'm not sure if a 3D printer can do it, but maybe. We might have to get a couple parts. But yeah, contact me. We'll figure it out. I do got some knife designs in the background going on, so anarchy, libertarianism sounds great, but it's just an intellectual hamster wheel. Starting a clean slate, it might bounce. Can't now. I don't know what you mean by that. See, I think starting a clean slate is what they are trying to bring to us, which I think is the dangerous part. But I might be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right about anything, but I just feel in my heart that they're trying to bring us to a point to where they can say we need to do the great reset, or we need to restart. Something like that, to where they can literally put everything digital and and that's when everything's fucked, because now everything's in control by them in every way, shape, and form. That's what we need to stay away from. We need to run as far away from that as possible, in my opinion. Do you know who the Beg Production Series OEM is? There are some very nice. I don't know. I would guess Best Tech, but I don't know. I have no idea. I can't tell. Sorry. I would guess We or Best Tech. But don't know. But my first idea would be We, and then I'd say Best Tech. But I can't put my name on that. We have socials and bailouts for the wealthy people in banks and for the working class and poor. It's pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But a lot of times that's, I I kind of understand to some extent with certain things, because when you have companies that are putting tens of millions of dollars into the economy and stuff like that, it's a little different. You know, I don't know. I'm not trying to argue for them or anything, but you know, I can kind of understand why the government is going to prioritize certain, because you know, like that is kind of the point, right? When you're doing good, when your business is doing good, they're supposed to give you more incentives. That's the point. You're supposed to get tax breaks and this and that. You know, when you hire people, more tax breaks. Like you're supposed to get all those benefits. You know, and then if shit goes wrong, you know, to a company that's made the economy so much money, you know, maybe it's not. I don't know. Fucking, I don't know shit, man. Jared, been watching you for a while and love your videos. Do you own any business or stock? I do not. I have Neevesknives, and then I just started a knife site that I'll probably be promoting tomorrow or the next day. You guys will see a video because we do have it up and going right now. We have a couple knife models that are going on there. I don't want to bring them up because I can't give you the link yet because I got to wait for the payment processor to work. So as soon as the payment processor works, so I have that going on. Me and a partner are doing that. Me and a buddy are doing that. So I got a little knife dealer site and then Neevesknives. So, and then, you know, I'm going to do some knife designs and shit. I got one that's coming out here very, very soon. What is sharpened obsidian blade or surgeon scalpel? Man, I would say an obsidian blade might be sharper to some extent, but a scalpel is going to be the better one because you're not going to be able to you can get a scalpel as long as you want, right? But you can't get an obsidian to be shaved as long as you want, right? It has to break a certain way. They're little, you know, it's like serrations kind of. So I would say scalpel. The government can't digitize my knives. There you go. But they can for that price exchange. When everything goes digital, that's when us poor and middle class people will have to start trading. That's why it's important to have skills. It is very important for us to have skills. Anyone else pick up the M40 Jumbo today? I just showed it on the just showed it just a minute ago. It's actually probably still. Oh no, the other one's pulled up. But I didn't pick it up, but we were talking about it. A lot of knife companies took advantage of the PPP loans, questionable considering they were making the most money they had in years. Yeah, you know, even like with channels like mine, same thing, you know, because people were at home, people were watching more, you know, more content, so we were doing great. I mean, we weren't in the beginning because I was working, and then you know my job because of it shut down. We didn't get any fucking checks from from anything. So, you know, granted, at the end of the year, you get it up back on taxes, but we didn't get any bailout checks or anything like that. So we were fucking struggling for a minute. But then by the what was it? By like the second year or whatever, because it was like 2 years, right? That's when like everything started getting really good. Like started picking back up, and you know the channel started picking up, and people were watching constantly. So it did work out for people that had channels. It was kind of a win-win, and also that's also another reason why the so many media companies were pushing it so much. They were doing great. Media was doing fucking amazing. I promise you, media companies were like just doing balls out, like because so many eyes are watching them, and that's why they want to make it so stressful and make it like so crazy, you know, like they want you fucking watching and waiting and coming back and checking. So stop that. Stop doing that. Watch shit like this. Watch Neevesknives or something. Don't watch that shit. That shit's poisonous, man. I'm telling you, it's fucking poisonous. It's not good for you. Steve with another 2 bones. He's making me rich tonight. Some scalpels were made from obsidian. Still are. I didn't know that. I seen there's this one guy online. He I can't remember his name. You guys, I've shown him on the channel before, but he makes all kinds of shit out of like obsidian and different things. And he'll get them fuckers really sharp. You'll even see him take little slivers of it and like slice down leather, you know, and like cut out leather things to make other things. So yeah, but I would say because of the fact that you can mold and shape a scalpel the way you want, right? With obsidian, you got to break it and crack it the way you want, which is going to be a little bit more difficult. You know, you can't make like you can make a sword out of obsidian, but it's not going to be great, right? But you can make a sword out of steel, and it'll be great. You are 100% right about the whole Great Reset thing. It's going to be a digital currency, digital ID, probably the social credit scores. We will rent everything, and they will profit off of it. Yep. But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's on us. You know, we are the majority. So, but you gotta have. This problem is the people are so worried about losing things, and they're like, it's almost like they're willing to give up so much to not lose something so little, when it should be the opposite. You should be willing to give up so much to get back something so little. You know what I mean? Like where you're willing to, you're not willing to give up things. You're not willing to give up things, but you're willing to fight for the little things. We should be fighting for all those little things because it's already written in the Constitution. Like if everybody was already suing constantly and constantly putting the, you know, like literally doing their due diligence to fight back, you know, including myself. So, you know, like I'm definitely, you know, guilty too. You know, I'm probably not doing as much as I could do. But if we did though, I think we'd get a lot farther. But it's tough, man. It is tough because sometimes it feels like, and sometimes I think like this, like it's a lose-lose battle. Like that's how I've always felt. Like my whole life, I had never paid attention to it. Not like the past like 3 to 5 years I paid attention to it. Never in my life did I pay attention to it. Not once. Not once. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care who was president. I didn't care who was mayor. I don't care who's what, where, what. I'm fucking grinding. And that's all I care about. I'm grinding. I'm working. I'm doing me. You know. But I did everything like under the table. You know. I did everything. You know. It wasn't. Everything wasn't on paper. When you start doing things on paper, it's a little bit different. So. Yeah, I don't know. But I just, you know, sometimes you just feel like, man, it's like it's a losing battle. Like there's no way you can win it. Liberty is priceless. Yes. What's up, Sean? Thank you for joining. Yes, the compression lock is off patents now. The patents up. I heard that that their hole is up too. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe you still have to pay a thing. I don't know. But I just read this thing this other day, and I was actually talking to Brian about it, and he told me where to look. And when I was looking into it just a little bit, you know, to pay like the small fee to be able to do the Spidey holes, it was saying something about the patent being up. I don't know if that's true or if that just means, you know, that now people have to make just a small payment. I don't know. Would a wooden knife work on a vampire? Not without some holy water. Ever used a sharpened M398 that something has me interested? It looks like a dope blade steel on paper, but I've heard the blade stock is thick. I'm not sure what knife you're talking about, but M398, I've sharpened it a little bit, but I haven't tested it enough to really speak on it like crazy. I have 2 knives with it. And the one I haven't, you know, I've used lightly, but it, you know, it's a very expensive knife. The other one, it came soft. So I have one that's good, one that's soft. Yeah, I don't want to base it off of the soft one, right? Like that wouldn't be fair. And then the good one is a fucking is a damn Herman. And 398, Big Daddy. And so I'm not. This thing is so sweet. But yeah, if I had a Spyderco or something with it, I would totally test it. Thing is so sweet. Look at that. You know, let's just look at it again. Oh man, look at that baby. Oh, look at how tightly the thing fits in that box. Look at this box. Even the clip is cut out in there. It's a heavy box too. got that full dress. It's a little guy though. Gotta love that sound. I do. Should probably put some cloth in there or something. How many total knives do you own, excluding the kitchen knives? I don't know, 800, maybe 700. I don't know. There's no telling, man, because I have doubles and triples of a lot of knives. I got to do a knife sale. I keep meaning to do a knife sale and sell like 400 knives or something, but then I don't. And a couple months goes by, and I wind up having another 100 knives, and then another month goes by, and then so I got to do a knife sale. I mean, I do giveaways and stuff, but like I can't even keep up. So I have entirely way too many. That's for damn sure. Not that I don't need more, not that I don't want more, not that I'm not going to get more, because I am, but I just mean like I have knives that like I don't need in the collection. I have other ones that fit that spot. So, but yeah, a lot. Herman is stellar at finishes. Holy shit, do not Google what movie about outer space came out in 1992. Seriously, don't. For real. Okay, maybe Google it. But not at work. Now I'm wondering. Just got a Benchmade Super Freak and M4. Hell yeah. That full dress Herman is awesome. Hell yeah, it is. It's very awesome. It's a Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, it's a Pee Wee Herman. Exactly. Yeah, it's a small one. I'm hoping the next one, like if I get another one, it's gonna be the Dragonfly. That's the one I'm looking at right now. Is the Dragonfly. Looks dope. They have one other model I haven't had either. Yeah. My favorite full dress is the ones with the grays and the oranges. Those are my favorite. Like if I'm gonna like really like go crazy, like that's the one I'd go crazy on. It just, I don't know why, like certain colors just respond differently to certain people, and to me for some reason that gray and orange, that gray, blue, and orange just fucking pops in my with my eyes. So yeah, one of these days, hopefully you're damn it, John's got me wondering what fucking movie from outer space was in 1992. My DIVO nip doesn't have much of an edge. What degree should I put on it? I'd go 17. The nip is a hollow grind. It's a small knife. So you're not going to be doing any impacts. So yeah, 17 degrees per side. It's not, it's not trying to be tough. It's a slicer. Yeah, I'm a sucker for a nicely colored titanium. Yeah, is the Dragonfly dope dog one? Is it? Have you tried it? I haven't tried it, so I don't know. I just know what it looks like. I'm guessing it's dope. It definitely looks dope. So, the fragrance of the day. So, I'm gonna give you guys a different one, but I'm just gonna tell you guys. You guys know I've been going crazy over the Game Time, the Alexandria Game Time, and I've been going crazy over the Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. This is another one completely different than the Game Time. This one's sweet and spicy. So it's a great fragrance for the weather that's happening right now. For doesn't have to be cold, but just like not hot fucking weather, or the difference between not hot and cold is where it does good. And this is a gorgeous scent. It's sweet, it's spicy. It has a little bit. I'm not going to say like it reminds you of holidays or anything, but it a little bit, not in a bad way though. Very masculine, very, very mass appealing. But the one that I was wearing today was actually Alexandria Babylon, which This one's different, but man, I can't. I might have to get the big bottle of this one. Um, I can't get enough of this. It has a pink pepper top note, and then it goes into like a ginger or something. I don't know. Let me just look it up really quick because this one's crazy. Um, Elon. Here it is. Okay, so let you guys see. I'm loving it, man. I'm probably gonna get the big bottle of this stuff because I can't get enough of it. So here's the note breakdown: green, woody, citrus, aromatic, fresh, spicy, sweet, floral, white floral. I don't know. You don't get too much. Maybe way in the background. But here, let's look at this top notes because I know it has to have pink pepper. It definitely has lemon in there because I smell the lemon. Where's it at? Where's the note breakdown? Does it not have a note? It doesn't have a note. Oh, right here. Fig leaf, cypress, red cedar, bergamot, lemon, orange blossom, orange blossom, mandarin orange, white nerolium, pistachio, and musk. Man, I don't see pink pepper. That's crazy. I swear it has pink pepper on the top note, though. Pink pepper and then lemon right away. It might be the fig leaf in cypress. I don't know. Damn it, is it good? It's fucking fire. Definitely one to check out. And you guys already know, I just pulled it out because just in case somebody asked me what's my most recommended, besides Alexandria Game Time, it'd be the Versace Dylan Blue. Versace Dylan Blue is the absolute shit. Can't go wrong with this. This one you can wear in any weather, hot summer days, super cold winters, doesn't matter. It's literally the most versatile all-terrain fragrance a man can ever wear, while also being an absolute banger and a panty dropper. It's like everything all in one. That's kind of the beauty of it. What fragrance would you recommend to repel betas? Well, that's a masculine one. You want something masculine? Probably Game Time. Yeah, I'd probably say Game Time or some Versace Dylan Blue. Might have to go through San Fran next month. Yeah, you're definitely gonna want some Dylan Blue. Because that they'll know a man's coming through. In a good way though, because it's not gonna be like you smell raunchy, man. Like this is fresh to death, man. Did you wear CK or Blue Water in the 90s? Yeah. Yes, I did. I definitely I don't think I had it like a lot, but I definitely tried them. Just like what's that other one? Oh, damn it. Something Aspen. What the hell is it? Was it Aspen? Cool Water. Cool Water. That was another one. I actually have the green bottle right now. Cool Water is actually pretty good. It does smell like a super expensive fragrance that's out right now. The green Irish tweed from Tom Ford. Or is it no, that's Creed. Is that Creed or anyways, doesn't matter. But yeah, that's one that's been around for a while. Just bought the Dylan Blue to try it out, and you're right. It's amazing. I'm telling you, I can't miss. I can't miss. Yes, Brandon, it is freaking amazing. I mean, this is it's also a beast mode. Like this is one that I swear if they didn't know any better, if Versace wasn't the one that did this thing would be a $350, $400 fragrance for sure. It's just it is such a high quality fragrance, and it to me personally, it has like almost like a black cherry top note, and then it goes into like this. It's super fresh. It's just like a fresh shower jelly fragrance, but super masculine, mass appealing. Girls love it. Um, Girls absolutely love it. My wife got me classic polo. Average Joe, try some of this. Test it on your wife. She'll love it. Yeah, Dracar Noir, that's a good one. Nautica's really good, especially the Voyage. Davidoff Cool Water. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Davidoff Cool Water. Yeah. That's the one I'm talking about, the green one. So they have a new one now that's a blue one that's I haven't tried it, but it's supposed to be really good. A bunch of fragrance people are saying like that this is really, really good. But the green one, which is the most iconic one, which is the one that most people know, it's very green smelling. It's a really good scent, but the problem is that it's so distinctive. Like if you smelt it once, you'll remember it every time you smell it. So like, cause it's so distinctive. So like if you're walking through a crowd, you'll be like, yeah, somebody's wearing cool water in here. And that's kind of a problem, right? Like with any of these other fragrances, that's not the way it would be unless if you really knew the fragrance very well. Like I remembered cool water from the 90s until now, and I recently got it, and I already knew what it was gonna smell like. I remembered the smell from the 90s. That's crazy. Dior Sauvage and Dylan Blue are masculine smells for sure. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Sauvage is another one. My my favorite is the EDP Sauvage. I think it just has more depth. The EDT is good. It's really good. I have both, but the EDP just has a little bit more depth, in my opinion. The Eau de Parfum. Aqua de Gio was my go-to. The black, they discontinued that. They have a new one out. They have a blue one, a new blue one, and a new clear one out. I haven't tried them. I like them. They're good. I think they're classic. They're very timeless. They don't stand out to me. That's the only problem I have with them. And you know, that might be good for a lot of people. A lot of people don't like to stand out. And and that's the thing is I'm not saying the scent is gonna make you stand out. I'm just saying, like, to me, among like a lot of fragrances, like if I'm smelling a bunch of fragrances, it's good. I like it, but it doesn't, you know, it doesn't make my balls tingle. So wondering your opinion on Interlude Man. I don't know that one. If you haven't tried it, you should get a sample vial. It's not for everyone, but the more I wore it, the more I liked it. It's strong and polarizing. I have a few like that, Charles. I have a few that when I first tried it, I was like, yeah, I don't think I could wear this. And then now they're like my favorite. I love them. Like yesterday, I was wearing replica Jazz Club. That stuff. First time I smelled that, I was like, yeah, I don't think so. But I could not stop smelling it after that. Same thing with red tobacco. Sarah Red Tobacco. I fucking love that shit. Stuff is beast mode though. I'm reprofiling the nip. Would you recommend high polish or toothy finish? I would recommend medium grit because it's S90V. You can go to a polish. It'll take a polish. S90V will take just a fine polish. It'll hold it pretty well too. However, if you did an edge retention test and you were paying attention to the bite of the edge, the toothy edge is going to last quite a bit longer on S90V. Now, with a polished edge, it'll still last a good long time. So if you want a polished edge, you can do it. But if you want the best edge on S90V, then I would go with a 600 grit, 6 to 800 grit. My wife likes Obsession with a modern version of that. Gotta say, I think my favorite is Fahrenheit. I still haven't tried Fahrenheit, man. I gotta try that shit. I've seen it. I've heard so many people rave about it. I still have not tried it. Um, yeah, I'm gonna get a sample of that stuff because that's one that that I've been wanting to try. You know, the reason why I didn't try it out of all the fragrances was because I didn't when I first like really got back into fragrances, I don't like the spicy stuff. Like I don't mind a hint of spice. I don't mind spice being, like this stuff, like it being balanced right. But I don't like spicy fragrances. Red tobacco is a spicy fragrance, and I love that. But I have a lot of fragrances, or I've tried a lot of fragrances that are just like the spice is too much and it's too off-putting to me. And I felt like because the name was Fahrenheit, that's the way it would be. But maybe I'm wrong. Hugo Boss. A lot of people like Hugo Boss. Have you tried Brute, or is that for? Yeah, that one's for old men. That one's for the old men. I will say though, if you want something for an old head, stone hands, and it's not. I'm not saying that this is just for old men. This is for any man, but it will suit any man at any age. Is Sauvage. Sauvage EDP. I'm telling you, you will like it. It's very, very masculine, super masculine, but it's also mass appealing, meaning like ladies like it. Everybody likes it. Young, old, doesn't matter. I'm telling you, stone hands, I won't let you down. Try that stuff. You'll like it. In 20 years, guys will be chatting about how they miss Alpine Frost Axe or some horrible thing. Life is weird. That's true. That's so true. Oh man. Just got some game time and I love it. Wearing Versace Eros. It's a nice change. Yeah, Versace Eros. I had a little bottle of it. I'm all out of that. I am thinking about picking up a bigger bottle of it. But yeah, man, the game time is the shit. Eros is really good. The one that I've been there's been a few that I'm like eyeing right now that I'm probably going to be getting soon. But yeah, man, I'm telling you this Babylon right here, something special right here. It's different though. It's unique. It's not nothing you've ever smelt before. Like I said, it's got that pink pepper and lemony freshness. That pink pepper is like it blasts you at first, but let that die down. And then the lemon comes out, and then the lemon starts balancing with like this floral or something. I don't know. How do I get into colognes? I've never tried it before. So, one, you definitely watch this channel. Two, you could go watch my knife video where I tell you what fragrance for what knife guy. That's a good video. And I have most of them linked down in the description if you check it. But what I will say is, in all honesty, to save you some money, buy sample vials. Don't buy the little tiny fuckers though. Make sure it's a spray bottle. It'll look like a lipstick bottle. Let me just grab one so I can show you. You want to get these. It just looks like a tube. Spins, pops up, not sprays. Comes right out. You can refill it. So these range anywhere between like $7 to $30, $40. It just depends on the fragrance because some fragrances are very expensive. So to test them, it costs you. But that's what I would recommend. I'd recommend going and getting those. Now you could just get great blind buys. Versace Gentleman Blue, great blind buy. Alexandria Game Time, great blind buy. But if you want to test some samples though, try Versace Gentleman Blue, try Sauvage. You can get samples in Alexandria. You got to go to their site though and get those. But there's a lot, man. There's a lot of them. I talk about them every week. So, but those I have like watch my video on what knife or what fragrance for what kind of knife. Like if you like Spyderco's, what fragrance should you wear? That's basically what the video is about. It really wears well, long lasting, and maybe a bit heavy for some. Which one? Oh, the Fahrenheit. Yeah, I don't mind heavy though, especially in the cold. I don't mind heavy, like because that's when heavy works good is in the cold. You don't want to wear heavy in the hot. Which I can tell just by the name. That's not a summer fragrance. A coworker uses Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Mail since 15 years, I guess. Every time he came to my mom for a haircut, you could still smell it 2 hours later. I have one bottle of that. I have the Elixir, which was very much hyped up. It's good. I used to have that one a long time ago. I had that one fucking, I don't even know, 15 years ago or something. It's been out for a while. He has a bunch of other fragrances though. Like there's the Jean-Paul Gaultier's got a ton of fragrances. And some of them are good. Some of them are really sweet. Some of them are spicy. So he has a pretty good line. The Elixir, I would say, is a sweet, spicy one. It's definitely more for colder weather. You can tell it's their bottles because it's the shape of a man. Everybody knows the bottle. If you've seen the bottle, you'd be like, oh, it's that? Yeah, it's that. You know, it's kind of like a Ken doll, you know. Can we get a quick proof of life from Kara? No, you can't. Not tonight. She's sleeping. She did not feel good today. I want to try that Mercedes one you recommend. Yeah. You know what? That reminded me. I was gonna. Oh, I have this fragrance right here. I talked about it last week, and I was trying to remember what fragrance does it remind me of. There was 2 or 3 fragrances blended together, and I figured it out. That's what it is. It's literally a blend between the excuse me, the damn it, I just read it. Now I can't even fucking think about it. What was it? Oh man, the Mercedes move. The Mercedes move. It's very similar to that mixed with a yeah, it's like that mixed with Lucky by 1 million Lucky. So it's like a mixture between that 1 million Lucky and something else. I can't put my finger on it, but it's Guilty by Gucci. So it's Gucci Guilty Pour Homme. Very sweet, very mass appealing. It's a crowd pleaser for sure. So this one's more, it's not super masculine, it's definitely more unisex. But and yeah, it's probably too sweet. It might be too sweet for you. It's definitely on the sweeter side. In a good way though. Like I wear it. I'll wear it. I don't mind. I don't give a fuck. I like smelling good. But yeah, it's not going to be for everybody. A lot of guys, if you only like super masculine fragrances, you'd look at that and you'd be like, yeah, I can't wear that. But guys that wear like lots of different fragrances, you like variety. Sometimes I want to be super fresh. Sometimes I want to be a little spicy. Sometimes I want to be a little leathery. Sometimes I want to, be a little tobacco-y. Sometimes I want to be a little fresh and sweet. Sometimes I want to be sweet and spicy. Sometimes I just want to be super sweet, because there are some sweet fragrances out there that blow everybody away. Like 1 million Lucky, man. That is my like all-time favorite sweet fragrance. Unbeatable, man. That shit it's obnoxiously good. I'm always befuddled at fragrance time. Don't know if I should look for the kitten, count socks, potato. No problem, dog. We're done. We're done. Good night, mother. I love you. Thank you for joining. I need to come down and see you. Censor a mood thing. Yeah, they definitely put you in a good mood. Like that is another thing, when you smell good, you feel good. Somebody else said that earlier, when you smell good, you feel good. And that's true. Because it does something to your brain. Like, and I also think there's something to, and not to get religious or anything, but like with filth, it's like, cleanliness is next to godliness, and I'm not saying spraying a fragrance is cleanly, but I'm just saying there's something that makes you feel good by, being fresh, clean, and things like that. Everybody knows that, right? You feel a lot better when you jump out of a shower rather than when you're rolling around in dog shit. That's the end of the show. 1 million Lucky. I didn't care for neither. What? Hold on. 1 million Lucky. I didn't care for neither. Did anyone I asked? Sucks for you. I love it. I haven't found anybody that didn't like it. Maybe you didn't get the right one, but or you got a bad bottle. But I've been through 2 bottles of it. I had a medium-sized bottle. Now I got the big ass bottle. I've tried it on dozens of people, and like girls freaking love it. I've even been in places and had girls turn around and like come back to me and ask me what I was wearing, because it is that type of fragrance. Like it is it's like I guess you could say it's like a super sexy fragrance. Like it's very gourmand. It smells edible, and it smells very inviting. It makes you want to get closer. Like it makes you want to find it. Like it is like that. I bought 1 million Lucky after watching. I thought it was a tiny bottle. It's massive, a liter. Yeah, 1 million. It's a big one, or at least you can get the big one. I got the small one first, but you know what sucks? They discontinued it now. Well, no, I mean, it doesn't suck for you because you got it, but for the people that can't get it, it's a lot more expensive now if you find it. That's why I bought the biggest bottle I could, because I said if they're discontinuing it, I'm gonna get the biggest one I can. I'll see you soon, Mom. I'm gonna come down there and visit you. Um, I like the red Yope. I got one Yope. It's Yope Ice, I think I have. But yeah, man, that 1 million lucky. Maybe I'll bust that out next week because that one's a fucking banger. The problem is this discontinued, so the only way you can buy it is if you're willing to. I don't know. They might have some still on the market because when they discontinued it with like thousands of them on the market. But they probably ran out pretty quick. Yeah, you can still get it. You can still get it. Very easily too. Looks like they have decants and everything. Like I said, I heard when they discontinued it, there was like tons like on the shelf. All right, guys. I think we are past what the fuck? Hey, by Alfred Sung is the best cologne I've ever owned. Most complimented fragrance I've ever used. Alfred Sung. Alfred Sung. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna take a look at it after this. SUNG. All right, we'll find out. He probably smells like dog shit and he's just messing with me. I'm gonna go watch a review first just to make sure. That's hilarious. Guys, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I do greatly appreciate the donations. I appreciate somebody donated some members, man. That's a huge thing for the channel. Members are a massive thing. I do know I need to do more with the members and memberships. So I keep saying I'm going to do that and I'm gonna. So it is definitely on the list of shit to do. It's just right now, like I'm in the process of starting this new site and doing a bunch of other things. So as soon as I get a little bit caught up, and it's not even all the way caught up, just a little bit caught up, I'm dropping some heat on the members. And we are going to start doing, and I already said after December. December is when we're going to start putting in a lot more work into the memberships because I do want to grow that. I want to grow that. I'd like to get it to like 300 members. So hopefully we can do that and have some fun, do monthly giveaways there and things like that. Kind of like we do in the Patreons, but probably even more. Story time. Oh shit. Yeah, I didn't do story time, did I? Story time. Okay, so I'll tell you a quick story. This is a time when I was about 12 years old, 11, 12, about 12 years old. And in this neighborhood I lived in, there was this house down the street that got repossessed or whatever, right? Like the people were kicked out of their house, right? Their stuff wasn't kicked out, but they were kicked out, right? You watch them get removed by the police or whatever, right? So they're kicked out. They can't get back in. There's locks put on the doors, so they're fucked. Whoever has the house, has all the stuff inside the house now. I don't know how that worked out, but it did. That's how it went. So this house was a piece of shit, by the way, an absolute fucking garbage dump. And me and my buddies, we seen what was going on. And we're like, we should go hop in that lick. We were looking at it like that's a lick right there. We don't know what's inside there, but there's got to be some good shit because nothing got removed from the house. All the stuff is still inside there. And we're looking at like, who's going to come and get it? Like the bank, they're just going to throw it all out in the fucking street anyways. And because you've seen that all the time, it was just a normal thing, that, and there's been times like I went like my neighbor that's happened to before. And I went over there and, they had, I'm talking about power tools, all kinds of shit, so like there's times where there's a lot of stuff that they throw out of a house because the people just can't take it with them. So pool tables, all kinds of shit, and anybody can just come and grab it. Anyways, so this house that didn't happen to, the stuff was still inside. So we were like, we should go over there and check it out. So we went through the alley, coming up through the alley and, went through the backyard, and there's fences on the side so nobody could really see us going into the yard. But going into the yard, you realize how shitty this place was taken care of. Not good at all. The grass was like fucking tall as shit. You could see like nobody's mowed for like a long ass time. So, you can smell things, you can smell the beer and the alcohol, and there's beer bottles, you're stepping on them in between the lumps of grass. But we got up to the window, and I don't remember if I broke the window or if I just opened it. I don't remember. Probably broke it probably broke it and opened it. I don't know. Probably a little bit of both. But anyways, I got in the window. You know, my buddy boosted me up. Boosted, you know, the little boost where you put your hand like this and they step in your hand and you lift them up. Did one of them numbers. Went in. Now that I'm in the house, right, and I get my buddy, and I think I opened the door because I think it was locked from the inside. I thought they did the padlock, so I'm not sure. Maybe actually we both went in the window. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. We both went in the window. So he boosted me up, and then I helped him back through. So now we're both in there, but it's dark. We didn't plan, right? We didn't plan good enough. Because we didn't plan on the power being out, you know, because you just don't think of that shit, you know, sometimes when you're a little kid as much, right? Like, yeah, I had my power be out before, but I wasn't thinking that their power wasn't hooked up anymore. But now it makes sense because if they weren't paying their shit, they probably weren't paying their electric bill. The electric's probably been shut off for 6 months. So going in, there's no power. And so we can't see shit, you know, and we don't have a flashlight, but you know what we do have? You know what we do have? We do have a lighter. So we lit torches and you know, went around looking for stuff, and we found a few things, you know, like there was some like a computer setup, and there was a few other things, but not much that was very valuable to us at that time. Just a few things, you know, we got a few things in a bag, and you know, when we were done, I went to put out the torch, right? So I went to the bathroom and I put out the torch in the bathtub, right? I felt like that was the best place. Best place is in the bathtub. Granted, it's very dark, right? It's very dark. Even with a torch, it's not bright, right? It's not like it's in the movies where you're going through a cave and your little torch is lighting up the whole fucking room, right? It's not like that. So, and especially with our bitch ass torches, you know, who knows what they're made out of. Well, so we left, right? So after we grabbed some stuff, you know, wound up leaving. And then like 15, 20 minutes later, we come walking down the block, and the block's surrounded by cops and ambulances and fire trucks. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? House is blazing. Just fucking blazing. And there was actually a police officer that I knew there, and he was the detective or whatever, and he walked up to me, you know, and you know, asked me if I seen anything, and I was like, obviously no, I didn't see shit. And I was actually with one of my cousins, and we didn't even realize it right at first. He kind of called us out because we were like, man, we were just in there. And he's like, and he thought we meant like a week ago or something. He was like, when? We were like 20 minutes ago. He's like, you fuckers burnt that thing down, didn't you? And I was like, no. I put out the torch. You know, it's like, well, just adding together, you know, torch and everything, obviously, right? But now there's a beautiful house there. Well, afterwards there was a beautiful house. It's probably not beautiful anymore. This was a long time ago, but it was a lot better. So I'm gonna say we helped the situation. We helped the situation. The house was falling apart. Nobody was in them. They were probably gonna knock it down anyways. So we just did them a favor. And now it's got a brand new house, or it was a brand new house, you know, but a lot nicer now. John, thank you for the 10 bones. And I see my little sister in here. I know she's watching. It's okay. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out and listening to my antics and bullshit. Thank you for the donations. John, I love you, brother. Thank you so much. Go and check out John Evans' channel. He does also have a knife channel. And yeah, shout out to you guys for hanging out with me. Hopefully we get so-and-so on the live next Wednesday. Like I said, go give him some pressure. Go pressure him a little bit. Ask him why he's ducking us. I love you guys. Work hard, stay tough. You know, society's relying on you. Until next time, peace.